Okay, we're going to do a short floor-based yoga sequence. So start off at the back edge of your mat. If you need to put some extra padding under your knees, then go right ahead. So we're going to inhale. You can either keep your bum on your heels and just reach up, lifting your chest, or you can tuck your tailbone under, squeeze your butt super tight, and bring the arms together. And exhale. As you sit back into a child's pose, arms stretched out, tuck the elbows and the armpits in. And come forward onto your hands and knees, inhale into a cat stretch. Then tuck your toes under, sit your bum back to your heels, and exhale up into a down face dog. So lift your hips high, press your heels down towards the floor, but don't worry if they're not actually on the floor. Then inhale back into a cat arch. And exhale, untuck your toes as you sit back into child's pose. And pull the tummy in, curl the arms up. Again, either keep the bum on the heels and just lift the arms up, or tuck your tailbone under and lift, keep lifting your collarbones up towards the ceiling rather than bending backwards, but squeeze your bum. If there's any discomfort in your back, then stay with your bum on your heels. And exhale and release. And inhale, lift palms to touch. Exhale, extended child's pose. Inhale, come forward into a cat flex. Tuck the toes under, sit back to your heels. Exhale, down face dog. Inhale, lower the knees, lift up through the upper back, cat arch. Exhaling, and untuck your toes. Inhale, back to child's pose. Carrying up, lift, and exhale, hands to heart. Got 2 more rounds. Inhale, exhale, child. Inhale, cat. Exhale, down face dog. Really press into your hands, make sure your hands are flat. Inhale, arching up. And exhale, untuck your toes, sit back into child's pose. And inhale, into a back bend, lift your heart. And exhale, back to center. And inhale, lift. Exhale, child. Inhale, cat. And just spread your fingers out. Exhale, down face dog. Inhale, cat arch. Exhale, child. Inhale, kneeling back bend. And exhale, hands into prayer. And just interlink the hands, turn them inside out. Inhale, stretch the arms up, but try and drop the shoulder blades away from the ears. Then as you exhale, just take a little twist. Bring your hand to the outside of your knee, palm facing away, and just reach the other hand around behind, just barely touching the fingertips. And try and turn your belly, chest, and ribs. And come back to center. Interlink the hands again, but whichever way you've just done it, just switch. Turn them inside out. Inhale, really stretch up as tall as you can. Exhale, take a little twist to the other side. Now really press this hand against the knees and lift up nice and tall as you turn. And then come back to center. Clasp the hands behind you, roll the shoulders back, stretch the hands down towards the floor first, and then lift them up. Again, lifting your chest, so stick out your chest, and lifting your collarbones up to the ceiling. And gently release. Come back forward onto your hands and knees. Scoop your belly in, so pull your tummy in as tight as you can. Slide your right leg out, flex that foot, and lift it up no higher than hip height. So you don't want to go too high, just about hip height, toes pointing down towards the floor. And pull that tummy in even tighter. And if and when you're ready, reach the opposite arm out in front. And just taking 2 breaths here. Each time you exhale, squeeze those tummy muscles even tighter. And release that hand. Bring that leg out. If you need to help it along, do so. So that foot is beside your hand. And you're just going to circle around. You can come off your wrists now, so you're on the fingertips. And just circle a few times one way. And then around the other way, just to loosen up into the hips. And bring that foot beside the hand. Make your back knee comfortable. Lift onto the fingertips if you can. Squeeze your bum. Try and press this knee against your arm. Just draw your chest forward so you're looking slightly forward. Really hug your thigh bones with your thigh muscles. Scoop the belly in. Relax the shoulders. And scoot that knee back. Come back onto your hands and knees. Again, pull that tummy in. Slide your left leg out. Flex that foot. Again, lift it no higher than hip height. Toes pointing down. Pull the tummy in even tighter. And if and when you're ready, reaching the opposite arm forward. And just tuck the chin in very slightly. So you've got a nice long neck. And 2 breaths here. And each time you exhale, pull the belly button in even tighter. So we're working the back of the body and your core muscles. And bring that hand down. Bring that foot out. Side your foot. Again, you can help it if you need to. Come off your wrists if you need to. And just circling around. Again, if you need to add some padding under your back knee, then do so. And just go around the other way. So just loosening up into the hips. Notice that foot doesn't need to stay glued to the floor. And there you go, bring that foot a little bit closer to your hand. Make your back knee comfortable so you can take it back further if you need to. Come onto your fingertips if you can. Imagine drawing your chest forward. So if you feel a little bit rounded over, imagine drawing your chest forward. And imagine hugging your knee in towards your arm. And at the same time, press the arm back against the knee. Squeeze your bum muscles, squeeze your thighs. And taking a breath here. And then again, scoot that knee back. Come back to center, again, clasp your hands behind you, roll your shoulders back, and lift the arms, lift the chest, lift the chin if it feels comfortable. So think of dropping the hands down towards the floor and then up. If you want to, bring your forehead to the floor. Literally just come forward, bring your forehead to the floor, knees slightly apart. And either stay here, lifting the arms up so your nose is on the floor, or you can roll your hips up so that you're resting on the crown of the head as you would in headstand, and stretch the arms up and then overhead. Just scoop the belly in, so there should be no strain on your neck. You should be right on the top of your head. If you feel like you're straining, if you feel like you're looking up at your belly and there's strain on the back of the neck, then adjust so you're literally on the crown of the head. It's also good for a headache. You just have a bit of a cranial massage. And gently lower down. Just relax in a child's pose for a second. You can gently rock a little bit. Relax the arms. It's good practice, good prep work for headstand as well. And gently roll yourself back up to sitting. I know many of us find kneeling a struggle. If it's because your knees hurt, add extra padding, add blankets, whatever, for underneath your knees. If you find it difficult to sit on your heels, then you can always try putting a cushion or a rolled up towel behind your knees so that maybe you're not quite so stretched. It is a good stretch for your knees, but if you start off with a little bit of difficulty, then just put something behind your knees. Thanks, guys.